Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Semangat pagi semuanya. Perkenalkan, saya Dainty Ambarina. Pada kesempatan kali ini saya akan membahas terkait kesuksesan yang ada di 3M. Nah, perusahaan 3M hingga saat ini masih eksis dengan varian produk yang mengglobal. Menurut saya hal ini disebabkan oleh kemampuan 3M untuk melakukan inovasi secara konsisten. Ya, mereka percaya bahwa inovasi merupakan tonggak kesuksesan di masa depan dari 3M itu sendiri. Kemudian tim manajemen menerapkan strategi product differentiation. Selain itu, 3M juga merupakan perusahaan yang sangat mengembangkan jiwa entrepreneurship di dalam diri masing-masing karyawannya. Nah, di sini Bapak William MC Knight berpendapat jika pegawainya tumbuh pengetahuannya, maka perusahaan juga akan mengalami pertumbuhan. Nah, di sini MC Knight mendelegasikan tanggung jawab dan memberikan keberanian kepada setiap karyawannya. Hal tersebut dilakukan agar dapat melatih inisiatif mereka.
At 3M, I have been able to form meaningful relationships with technical experts working in cross-functional teams. These connections have allowed me to expand my knowledge, making me more well-rounded professionally and personally.
Perusahaan MC Knight ini menerapkan struktur organisasi vertikal dengan bisnis yang dibentuk berdasarkan teknologi dan permintaan pasar. Nah, 3M ini terbilang sukses, terbukti dengan berbagai pengakuan dari majalah yang ada di Amerika dan penghargaan-penghargaan di Amerika kepada 3M Corporation. Nah, berikut adalah berbagai kebijakan dan filosofi yang dianut oleh 3M. Yang pertama, opsi 15%. Karyawan memiliki opsi untuk menggunakan 15% waktu kerja dari mereka untuk melakukan proyek individu pilihan mereka sendiri. Kemudian yang kedua adalah peraturan 30%. 30% dari pendapatan unit bisnis berasal dari berbagai produk yang diperkenalkan dalam jangka waktu 4 tahun terakhir. Nah, bonus unit bisnis ini didasarkan dari berapa sih kesuksesan dari setiap manajer untuk mencapai cita-cita ini. Yang ketiga adalah jenjang karir 2 tangga, yaitu tangga teknik dan tangga manajemen. Nah, keduanya ini memberikan peluang yang sama, sehingga memungkinkan karyawan untuk tetap fokus pada minat penelitian dan profesional mereka. Yang keempat adalah modal awal. Pencipta produk biasanya meminta modal awal dari manajer bisnis untuk mengembangkan gagasan produk baru. Jika manajer tersebut menolak untuk mendanai, maka penciptaan produk dapat mengajukan gagasan ke unit bisnis lain dalam 3M. Kemudian yang kelima adalah toleransi. Di sini 3M tidak hanya menghargai kesuksesan, tapi juga memberikan toleransi terhadap kegagalan. Jika usaha baru yang mereka kembangkan ini tidak berhasil, maka anggota tim dijamin akan memperoleh kembali pekerjaan mereka. Apa sih yang bisa menjadi ancaman yang perlu di-warning oleh 3M? Menurut saya adalah kompetitor, di mana 3M harus terus mengembangkan inovasi dari produk mereka agar tidak tersaingi oleh kompetitor. Lalu, apa sih yang harus dipertahankan dan dikembangkan pada 3M? Menurut saya adalah inovasi dan varian produk yang harus terus ditambah dan dicanggihkan agar tidak ketinggalan zaman atau tersaingi oleh kompetitor. Belajar dari kesuksesan yang dimiliki oleh 3M, hal apa sih yang dapat dijadikan pembelajaran bagi PNM? Meskipun 3M dan PNM merupakan perusahaan yang berbeda, menurut saya hal yang dapat dijadikan pembelajaran adalah terkait learning organization, di mana di sini 3M terus mendorong karyawan untuk berinovasi dan merasakan bahwa seperti bekerja di perusahaan milik pribadi, sehingga mereka tidak keberatan atau bahkan dengan senang hati meluangkan sepenuhnya waktu mereka untuk mengerjakan pekerjaan.
When I was growing up, I never thought of myself as the science and engineering type because I wasn't breaking apart toys, curious to understand how they work. What I wondered about was the humans who put them together. What were they thinking? To me, it was always the human context that was powerful. I knew from a young age I wanted to do something that would solve problems, help people improve lives. I just wanted to make the world a better place. And in looking back, I realized that I would have never been a scientist or an engineer had it not been for my parents' persistence. To me, the humanities was much more interesting and exciting. But now I know science is a human endeavor, and it's one in which you can bring your whole self in. Your ideas, your inspiration, your passion, your interests. And that's exactly what I did.
डाल दूं इसको भी पुराना?
No, wait for that portion.
Oh my god, onion smells.
My name is Jayshree Seth. I'm a scientist at 3M, and I'm also 3M's first ever chief science advocate. I do come from a family that really values education. My great-grandfather had a master's. I'm not sure how many people can say that. My maternal grandfather was a physician. My father retired as the director of India's National Institute of Hydrology. My mother is a college graduate. I know that we have a long legacy of education, and it was very important in the family. So as a young family, my dad decided that we would move to a place called Roorkee. And it's just an engineering town because there is this premier engineering institute, then there's the Irrigation Research Institute, the Army Corps of Engineers. So it was just in the water. We used to joke that everybody just has to become an engineer. And what that meant is all the parents encouraged their kids to become engineers, even their daughters. So I did well in school. I always liked working hard. And it comes down to this entrance exam, and I didn't get in. So I ended up in a college thousands of miles away from home in a completely different part of the country. It's like going from Ireland to Portugal. It's a different language, different culture, different social norms. It was a really big change for me. So I was in my final year, and everybody was applying to go to the US for graduate school. And just in competition with the guys, I also applied. And this time, I got in. And so, long story short, I ended up in the US at Clarkson University in upstate New York for my master's in chemical engineering. And in many ways, when I look back, I realized that I became a trailblazer because I was the only girl in the lab. There were 14 of us. And I was working on a theoretical modeling project. And I would look around, and there were other people in the lab who were actually doing experiments. All these years, I had never realized what is it that I wanted. See, I was kind of going along with what the expectations were of me. For the first time, I started realizing this sense of, is this what I want to do? What is it that I like? And I realized that I wanted to do experiments. I wanted to feel that whatever I was doing was helping people. In looking back, I feel like I was missing the human context of what I was doing. So I decided to switch from my master's to my PhD, my fields. I have to start over. But somewhere deep down, I also knew that I have done this before. I have reinvented myself many times already and have done new things. I'll be fine. So I had an opportunity to do an internship at 3M, and that's when I first came to Minnesota, and I thought it was a great environment, and I got offered a full-time position. It was in a completely different area than my master's or PhD. So my PhD was in diamond-like films, and I came here and I started working on closures and fasteners for disposable diapers. So I always joke that I went from diamonds to diapers. I'd never seen a diamond, I'd never seen a diaper, so what's the difference? I would envision what it would be like for a child to wear these diapers, and we made them softer and softer from our closures. And just that context and the empathy that you feel for the end user was such a critical part of the science that I was doing. And that was so important to me. So I was very successful in some of my early projects. I got a lot of accolades. I started getting noticed. I got more and more challenging projects. And with each one, it sort of built my confidence. So I've had a successful career. I've been here 27 years. I have worked on many different product innovations. I'm at the highest level a scientist can attain. With my role as the chief science advocate, I got the opportunity to observe people's perception of science and the relationship society has with science. It was very interesting. 4 out of 10 said if science didn't exist, their lives would be no different. This was shocking. Science is all around us. It has made our lives so much better, but we haven't communicated it for the average public to understand. And so the more stereotypes we break, the better outcomes we're going to have because we invite more people into the world of science. So this is my office, and yes, the patents are part of the projects that I worked on for over 27 years that I've been at 3M. And I don't know if I can say there is a special or favorite patent. It's really not about the patents, it's about the problems we solve. And each of these patents reminds me of the people that I have collaborated with to solve those problems. So these are all very special to me. I never thought of myself as the science type, but it turns out I am the science type. I want to tell the next generation of STEM students that you don't have to be what people expect from a scientist, some outdated stereotype. As far as racial and gender equity goes, we need every idea, every diverse perspective in order to solve problems. In fact, that's exactly what we need more of. Science needs you to be you.